Hi Braille, I'm Raleigh. I'm an 11-year-old skateboarder from the Salt Lake City area, and right now I'm having trouble learning my varial kickflips. I don't really have any other regular types of flip tricks down. I do have like freestyle sort of one down, but the reason I'm doing varial kickflips is because I am way closer to learning varial kickflips than either regular kickflips or heel flips. They just are so much easier to me, but I still can't quite land them. Here are the varial flip attempts.
Alright, let's help you out with these varial flips. So we'll check out this one in slow motion. Boom, you get a good shove it, you get a good flick, but you just happen to bring your feet down before the board was done rotating, and you don't let the board do the full kickflip. This one, yeah, see, you barely pop the tail, and it doesn't really give the board the ability to flick that full kickflip rotation. So my name is Gabe Cruz, and I just happen to love varial flips. Varial flips are my favorite trick in the entire world. I love doing them, and I think I would consider myself pretty good at them. I've landed some really good ones before, so I think I'm qualified to teach you this trick. So first off, here's your foot position. Pretty much it is a direct combination of a pop shove it and a kickflip. I know you said you could not kickflip yet, but you could do a good pop shove it. So yeah, of course you just want to make sure that you have a pop shove it down really well. That is the 100% most important thing in this trick, is the important pop shove it. I'm not going to necessarily say you have to know kickflip, because when I was learning this trick I actually did not know how to kickflip. The varial kickflip was my very first flip trick. So basically your foot position is just like that, which I showed you earlier. So you want to set up like that, and then you're basically just going to do a pop shove it. And when your board turns a little bit, when let's say your board's about I wouldn't say 90 degrees, but maybe about 45 to 60 degrees. When it's already turned, you're going to start the flick. So as soon as you pop it, you kind of just want to give it like a second just to start getting the rotation, the shove it rotation down before you start flicking. And then once you start doing that and letting it do its thing, then you can start to flick. But one thing I could recommend you do with this trick is just try it over and over again, not committing. I know that sounds like really counterproductive, but I want you just to practice over and over, just getting a perfect shove it rotation. Perfect shove it. And then I want you to practice adding in the flick, just like Aaron is doing in this clip. I just want you to practice getting the varial flip rotation every single time and landing with one foot. I want you to start developing what's called muscle memory, where basically you teach yourself how to flick the board every single time perfectly. So what you're doing is when you flick it, you're not giving it enough time to do the full rotation and shove it in the air, and then you're landing with the board upside down. So I want you to get really good at doing the full shove it and doing the full kickflip rotation and landing it with your front foot every single time, just like what Aaron is doing. And I don't think he shows it right here in slow motion, but that's a really good varial flip. But anyways, once you do that, once you're like really solid on getting the perfect varial kickflip rotation and flick, then I want you to pull a Gabe Cruz, and I want you to do exactly what I did when I was learning this trick. And I want you to go hold on to something. And I know it sounds kind of lame because you're going and you're skateboarding and you're holding on to something, but as a new skateboarder, committing to something and learning a new trick without like any safety or something like that could be terrifying, and it could make the trick a lot harder than it needs to be, really. So what I say is go like find a good rail. I use some railing at a school, and I basically I practice bending down, holding onto the rail, and I practice getting the varial flip rotation every single time. Hey, here I am. And I practiced getting the varial flip rotation, and what the rail allowed me to do was kind of like get myself into the air and hold myself up long enough to land on the board every time. And then once I started getting the feeling for how it felt to kind of like land on the board, I started getting more and more comfortable just trying to do the flip trick and land on it without the railing. So I know it sounds kind of weird, and it's like, you might not want to do it, but I would highly, highly recommend that you try it holding on to something. Get the rotation and the flick down. Don't even have to think about it, and you just go for it every time. And once you get it down really well, holding onto a rail, I think that when you do it without holding on to anything, you'll start to get it really, really, really easily. Because varial flips are not a super hard flip trick. When I was learning them personally, I thought they were easier than kick flips. So definitely just keep going out there and keep practicing every single day. Don't give up. Don't get discouraged if you don't land it in a day. Just set a goal for yourself. Just go out for one day and just be like, okay, I'm just going to learn the good shove it and the good kickflip rotation, and I'm going to get that down really well. And then the next day you can like just suddenly land it first try. You never know. So just keep going out there and keep trying. I'm trying to bring the varial flips back. I'm trying to make them cool again, trying to make people like them, because it could be a really like nice, steezy trick if you do it well. So keep practicing, good luck, and I will see you next time. Thank you for setting a new skate sport.
Definitely check out Skateboarding Made Simple. It's available on all these platforms, iBooks, BrailleSkateboarding.com, and Google Play. It's the most comprehensive video we've ever made, and it teaches skateboarding better than anything else out there. You won't be disappointed.